So in my home gym, I do a bunch of different types of workouts. I like keeping it fresh and exciting and just doing different types of exercises. But lately, I've been wanting to do some sort of cardio boxing, but I didn't have anything here to use. So I've been looking at different punching bags on Amazon. So I am thrilled to have the XDDIAS punching bag here in my home gym. I want to show it to you, show you why I think it is a fantastic punching bag for pretty much anybody. Hey, and by the way, I forgot to mention, I'm going to put a link in the description down below this video to Amazon. So if you're interested in checking out the XDDIAS punching bag, you can click that link and go directly to see it on Amazon. There were a few things that I needed in a punching bag whenever I was looking around here on Amazon. One is I needed it to be tall enough for me. Because I am 6'3", I didn't want one that was too short. I've seen several that were short, which means as a tall guy, I'm going to be doing a bunch of sort of downward strikes, which I didn't want. I wanted something that was tall enough so I could go straight across. This one comes in at just around 70 inches. In fact, if I stand here next to it, you can see here it's probably just a little bit over 5 foot assembled. So for me, it's fantastic. But what's interesting is not only is it tall, you don't have to be tall to use this. Look how far down this actually comes. So this is good for kids, teens, young adults, just about a one size fits pretty much everybody. The other thing I was looking for is I wanted it to be quality, because if I'm gonna be striking it a lot, I've seen a lot of bags, and over time, it's just something that happens. They rip, they tear. It's just wear and tear that kind of naturally happens, but I wanted something that was going to last me the longest possible. So this one here has 2mm leather on the outside. As soon as I took this out of the packaging, actually my kid was like, wow, that's really nice. It's got a nice foam in the middle of it, so it's got a little bit of give to it, but not too much, because you want it to be firm enough for a solid strike, but also have a little bit of give to it. That way whenever your fist or your leg hits it, it's not like hitting a brick wall. So I really want it to be well constructed. The other thing I thought was really neat about this was the springs here at the bottom, the shock absorption. So in other words, when you're hitting this straight on, this isn't just this taking all of the absorption and then rattling your base. It's got this whole thing here in the middle with these 4 different springs. They're going to help absorb some of that shock. So I like the way that they assembled and made this unit, taking things into consideration like the high quality material, and also that like we don't want this to be super loud. We want this to be a comfortable workout experience. So putting in the shock absorption springs here makes this just a really nice overall piece of workout equipment. The exterior of the bag itself is tear resistant. That doesn't mean it's never going to tear. It just means that the quality of the leather on the outside makes it less prone to tearing. So it's just harder to beat through. It's got a big giant base on the bottom of it, obviously, like a lot of them do. But this one was kind of interesting because it's also, if I can show you this, on the bottom has a bunch of different screw holes that you can put in suction cups. It comes with a total of 12 suction cups that you screw into the bottom of the base. And so what that does is it just adds extra stability to the whole unit. No matter how much sand you put in here, no matter how much water, although I don't necessarily recommend putting water into these bases, but no matter what you do, no matter how heavy you make that, it can still move, it can still scoot. So one of the things that XDDIAS thought of was, well, if we put suction cups on the bottom of the unit, that will make the weight of the base push down onto those suction cups and make this thing much harder to move, right? So just a well thought out overall piece of workout equipment, well constructed. Now, just for a little demonstration, I put a little bit of sand here in the bottom. By the way, it takes a lot of sand. I have a pretty big bag and I just about used that whole bag. I'm gonna have to get another bag. So it's probably about halfway filled up with sand, so it's still not completely weighed down. I do have the suction cups on here, but I just kind of wanted to show you like it's wobbling a little bit, again, because I don't have that base filled up, but I'm shocked at how stable it is, even without this thing being filled up with sand. And that's because, again, we have the shock absorption here, we have the suction cups here in the bottom, and we do have it partially filled up with some sand. Even from just that little bit of punching demonstration, I'm already winded, which is exactly what I was wanting. I want a good cardio boxing workout, and this is gonna help me get it. It's also worth mentioning that this comes with or without gloves. So here are the gloves. They're actually really nice gloves. So they have a Velcro bottom here. Now look, again, I said I'm 6'3". I'm a big boy, which means I got big boy hands. This does fit my hands. It's a little bit tight because Again, I'm essentially an ogre, but it does fit me. So I'm gonna put this on here and I'm gonna strap it up. They're very comfortable. They're padded on the inside. They got obviously the nice Velcro straps around them to help kind of keep them secure. And they just feel really nice on my hand. It's also worth mentioning that I'm not any sort of like boxer. I'm not a fighter. I just want to do this because I want more workout opportunities. So you don't have to be any sort of MMA expert to use this. You can be a fighter, but you can also be just somebody that wants to get more out of their workouts. So if you're looking for a punching bag, something that is priced well and also that has the thought put into it to make sure that the experience that you get with it is solid, that you can get in your workout, you can get in your quality strikes, punches and kicks, but also to make sure that it's noise suppressed because of the shocks that are going to help suppress some of that sound, because of the suction cups that are going to help it stay in place. If you're looking for something that frankly rocks, check out the XDDIAS punching bag.